Girls who took notes using 50 different colored pens, where are you now? Do you still continue to write using all those colors? Unfortunately not allowed in the line of work I chose. So now I use 50 different colored post-it notes. Improvise, adapt and overcome. Certain law school prep guides teach you to take notes on court opinions using different colors. 90% of first year law students show up with 4 different color highlighters. By the end of the last year, few still use them. In legal practice I have developed color coding for notes of the cases I'm working on. I have not yet found a way to put a heart over the I in my filings. Save that for any judge with an I in their surname. Prep guide for law school. Sell your soul in exchange for the forbidden knowledge. Don't bother reading the terms and conditions. Regret not reading the small print. Endless case law. Profit. There's a project manager at my company that does this. No idea how the hell she has the focus and time to take such detailed technicolor dream notes during meetings, but I've never had a problem with getting any relevant info from her, so whatever. Gotta respect note-taking game like that. Technicolor dream notes is the best phrase I've heard all day. Josie and the astounding technicolor dream note. Jose the arousing technicolor dreamboat. We all became bullet journalists. I move that the term bullet journalists replace war correspondents. Does that mean wankers are palm pilots? Am I allowed to answer if I'm a guy? Because I ended up becoming the Excel guy in my office. All of my spreadsheets are exquisitely color coded. Formatting an Excel doc and making it look pretty is one of the most satisfying feelings in the world. My grade 9 science teacher forced us all to do it. He said that by color coding everything you understood the material better, because you had to think about it longer to color code it and understand what other things it was associated with. Not just zone out and go into transcribing mode. He also made us do end of unit study guides. They had to be color coded, a set amount of drawings, and unit words and definitions. The drawings were doodles, based on things in the unit. He would mark them and hand them back before the test, which was great, because he knew if he needed to help us with something before we bunked the test. He was also a MMA fighter with cauliflower ears, and not the type of guy you would expect to demand rainbow colored notes. But did it work? Sure did. I and pretty much everyone else used it all the way through school. I'm a medical lab technician. I took notes with a million different colored pens in college, up until 2 years ago. I graduated at age 41. Just bought myself a nice new set of gel pens. Real talk, multiple colors really helped me categorize and compress complex ideas into things I could remember. It helped a lot in understanding the material and studying for tests. I think they are teachers now, and yes, they still use all those colors. Yes, we are teachers now, and yes, we use all those colors. I'm a guy though. This is the proof that girls who used color pens will eventually become a guy. I used different ink and highlighter colors to compensate for terrible ADD. I work in a chemistry lab now. Sometimes I'll still use brightly colored pens to record my results for fun, but I don't ever switch between color code anything anymore. All the different colored ink highlighting helped me remember my notes come exam time, so now that I'm out of college, I don't need to switch between colors. I low-key miss color coding and taking notes sometimes though. I still color code based on class. Each class has a color. This color includes the folder color, the pen color, the sticky note color that the assignments are written on and placed in my planner on the date they are due. I also teach intro statistics to undergraduates, where I also color code parts of the equations and the values that get inserted to the equation, so the students can see where the numbers come from more easily. You're my favorite type of math teacher. All of the teachers who used color to help me learn math were the ones who actually got stuff to stick. My wife did this when we were in school, and she still loves using multicolored pens for everything she can. She even uses her own pretty colors for writing and the labels for things at work. You can always tell work that was done by her from everyone else's. A true ray of sunshine. I will never forget sitting in class and asking the girl sitting next to me for a pen, and she turns back to me with a straight face and says to me, "What color?" Me. I'm a med student now. Also I'm failing because I no longer have time to use fancy pens and prepare colorful notes for all my classes. I work in an office setting now and do still like to use different colored pens for things if the situation allows it. I don't know if this will make sense to anyone else, but I love colors. I especially like the idea of colors being associated with ideas, personalities, names, or themes. Oh, today is Monday. I think orange is a good Monday color. Pink is Friday. Green is Wednesday. I love how Windows 10 allows me to change the colors of tiles so that my computer seems more like me. I'm constantly changing the colors of my Apple Watch face. I dunno. I think I have a problem. ETA, the thoughts and discussions being shared here have been very interesting and eye-opening. Thanks for the silver as well. I do just want to add that I'm fairly certain I do not have synesthesia. I know someone that does, and from my very limited knowledge of it, it isn't a voluntary association of colors like mine probably would be. I always automatically like to associate stuff with color or mood, but I don't know that it happens involuntarily. Think of what I do as more of what happens in the video game Persona 5, where each character has a color associated with them intentionally. I love that kind of stuff. On Wednesdays we wear pink. I have a few friends that do that. One of them is studying to be a doctor, moved the colored pens to a tablet to easily switch colors. Another wants to become a sign language translator, puts on a different color of gloves. I'm a high school English teacher, and there's a big correlation between note-taking skills and success in my classes. Color coding notes definitely helps. Wait, what? Teachers do approve of it. My teachers used to tell me I'd fail either high school and/or higher education because I was wasting too much time on my colors. Wrong. There is this thing in psychology called mind mapping, and it relies a lot on colors. So it's a system that helps you, not other way around. I can vouch for that, although I used it only for a year or so. A guy classmate of mine did this. One of the smartest in the class. His notes were fantastic. He's an engineer now, and has a great family life from what I see on his Facebook. Cool guy. Jason, if you're reading this, you rock, my dude. I actually do. I'm now a professional scientist, and it makes my lab notebook pretty. Plus frankly often it's really helpful to have multiple colors. I also like having a bunch of colors for seminar speakers because it somehow keeps me more interested to choose a different color for a different speaker. Honestly though, the core reason is the main reason I enjoy multiple colors is because I often feel the secret to success against procrastination is negotiating with your inner 5-year-old. Okay, you need to write these notes, but if you do, you can choose what color to write them in. You might as well find a little happiness in the world where you can. I had a friend who used to do that. One of the smartest people I knew. She is married now and has a kid and is a stay-at-home mom. Still one of the smartest people you knew. She figured out how to find someone that could work for her. I can only imagine that calendar in their kitchen. I'm one of those girls currently in college. I don't do it because I'm organized or anything. I just effing love buying pens/markers, and otherwise I can't pay attention to my notes. It's aesthetically appealing to me, which immensely helps encourage me to actually take notes. They migrated to r/fountain pens and use 50 different inks with 100 different pens now. I paint for a living, so I switched from pens to paint. The gel pens were fun but impractical. I stick to basic ink colors because it's easier to read things with a strong contrast. But I have sharpies in every color because doodling is fun. I work in IT, and yes, I still have all those colors and still use them all in my day planner. They now work for the FBI as analysts. They are all called Penelope Garsha. This reminds me of a girl in one of my college classes. It would be inaccurate to say she took notes. She took transcripts. She would write down everything in class. Everything the teacher said. Every quote from the book that we read. Even every rabbit trail the class went down. She'd be taking meticulous notes, including asking students for their first and last name, so she could attribute the quotes properly. Our midterm exam was a 10-page paper. She spent 30 hours on hers and got a 97%. I spent 2 hours on mine and got a 93%. I was much happier trading that 4% of my grade for 28 hours of my life. Subscribble for shizzle.